We're going to have a look at the numbers for Bradford today. We're going to actually start with the numbers. So what we're going to have a look at, like my other videos, we're going to have a look at the most current month we have, which is October 2021. We'll compare that with what happened a year ago, and then we'll have a look at September as well in Bradford. So the N represents new listings that came to market. The S is sales that happened through the month, and the A is active listings. Active listings essentially are what didn't sell and carry into the next month. So if we look at October 2020 in Bradford, 105 new listings came on the market across all home types. Sales through the month were 81. Active listings that carried over into November 2020 were 89. Now, if we have a look at September 2021, and apologize for my my typos here that I fixed up. So new listings coming to market was 73, so quite a stark reduction from the year prior. Sales through the month was 45, again down, and we've been seeing this trend for the last 5-6 months. Less listings coming to market, less sales, and that's been keeping the market super tight, which is one of the reasons it's been ultra competitive this year. Pardon me. Active listings which carry over into October are 49. Now, if we look at October 2021, again, a further reduction in the amount of listings coming to market, new listings. We saw more buyer sales, right? So more sales, of course, buyer sales, but more sales at 58, and active listings were actually 35. So, and I think what you're going to see here as we go through the numbers is that these sales, because there was less listings coming to market, were actually coming from here, and we'll see that through the rest of the stats. If we're talking about the money, in October 2020 in Bradford, average sale price across all home types was $870,000. That climbed to $1,127,000 in September, currently trending at $1,140,000. Sales to new listings ratio, one of my favorite stats. It's also known as the absorption rate. It tells us out of the homes coming on the market each month, what is the percentage of them that are actually selling. So in October 2020, 77.1% of the homes that came on the market sold. 61.6 in September percent of the homes that sold. Now, again, bear in mind, September is generally a bit of a slow starter because kids getting back to school. This year it was many parents just getting back to the office for the first time in a long time. So took a little bit for the market to get going. Plus, we had more listings come on the market than we had in previous months. And 87.9% is your absorption rate for October 2021. Months of inventory remaining. I love these two stats. They kind of tie into each other. So months of inventory tells us that if no other homes came on the market after today at the current rate of buying or the current rate of consumption, how long would it take to deplete the inventory? So a year ago, 1.1, 1.1 in September, currently trending at 0.6. So again, as I mentioned, you were going to start seeing this, this absorption rate, or sorry, this active listing number. You're going to see this later on in the numbers, and you're going to continue to see that. So sale price to list price ratio, just under asking at 99.9 a year ago, 104.3 in September, currently trending at 107. So this tells me that the buyers that are buying homes are competing hard for them. And if we look into days on market, 18 days to get a home sold a year ago, 9 days in September, currently trending at 11. So now this I've mentioned in other videos. So this is always a bit of a head scratcher, right? You kind of go, well, there's less listings coming on the market, sales are more. Why is the days on market counter actually going up? Because logic would dictate it goes down. And the reason for that is because the buyers are now circling back to these active listings from the month before, and it's just simply taking them longer. So they've gone through all the new inventory that comes out. We know that statistically that homes get their most amount of activity in the first 2 weeks on the market. And if a home is sitting on the market for whatever reason, price or condition, then what happens is buyers, if they've maybe gone through a few offers, 2, 3, 4, 5 offers, and they haven't been able to secure a house, they start going back and looking through that older active inventory, and that's when we start seeing everything else climbing, like we see an increasing absorption rate, decreasing inventory, we see an increasing sale to list price ratio, and we also see an increasing days on market. That is an indicator that buyers are actually circling back to that old inventory. So listen, folks, I hope you found this information helpful. Any questions at all about your Bradford market update, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll chat with you next month.